equal. Isn't equal good? I thought equal was good. Everyone says equality, equality, equality is good. How could equal be unfair?
Well, equality gets applied to like a whole range of things. And in some realms, as I'm sure we'll get to talk about, yeah, I think equality is a good thing. I think it's a profoundly important thing. But this is, we're really talking about a specific sort of debate that's been occurring in America, particularly since 2009, although it goes back before that time. And that is this idea that the chief economic challenge that we face in this country is economic inequality. And so you had, for instance, Occupy Wall Street talking about the 1% versus the 99%. You had Barack Obama coming out and say the defining challenge of our time is rising income inequality. And what we're saying is that if you're talking about equalizing economic outcomes, if you're saying that the problem is that some people make more than others, if you're treating as in any way equality in that sense as an ideal, you're advocating something profoundly immoral and unjust, because people are inherently different in all sorts of ways, but one very important one is they're different in their productive achievements. And so achievement is unequal, and so equal in that sphere is unfair.
So when we talk about the 1%, I've said many times when Bernie would be talking about the 1%, I read a couple studies. I mean, I don't know that there's actual full evidence on this, but that's something like if you make $400,000 a year, you're in the 1%. Now, I don't make $400,000 a year, so I'm not in that 1%, but if you make $400,000, you're not controlling anything. At $400,000, you don't have any real institutional power. You're certainly not buying politicians or any of that stuff. So first off, isn't just that argument in itself is really just a misnomer, right? Because we're really talking about the 0.001% or something, like the couple families that have, billions and billions of dollars or whatever it is.
Yes, it's true. If you're looking at what's driving, income trends, the gap between the people with the most and then everybody else is driven by kind of a very small slice of the people at the top who have seen their incomes rise relative to other people's incomes since, it depends on what date you look at, but you can say roughly, let's say 1979 is often where it will be put. That's true, and I think that's important. The deeper point is it's a bogus category. So like anytime you have a category, you have to think, is there really anything essentially the same about the people we're categorizing? When we talk about the 1% or even the 0.01%, all we know about them is that they have a certain income, at least as tracked by whatever source of information we're using. The Piketty, for instance, who is famous for highlighting the 1% issue, he looks at tax data. So, but in any case, is there something essentially the same between Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Steve Jobs, Paul Krugman, and Arnold Schwarzenegger? Like, there's this whole group of people who have almost nothing in common. Different political views, different virtues, different vices, different motives. Like, who
run their companies wildly differently for those that you mentioned that have companies.
Some people getting special favors from the government, some people achieving really great things. To put them in the same category and that you're going to morally evaluate them and then legally treat them in a particular way because they're in this income category, you've, by that very fact, gone off the rails in your thinking. Like, this is a debate about justice fundamentally. And justice means treating individuals as they deserve to be treated, not funneling individuals into some bogus category and treating them all the same regardless of their own virtues or vices.